Road dog in reality, road dog in reality. So I just like to start this by saying I have no idea what I'm talking about. The in like the Sikh texts, they would say like they would preface everything they said with the word maybe. I know that by hearsay because I never read them, but I think that's what I'd like to do here. This is just some guy who has no idea what he's talking about, speaking about some patterns he's noticing. So I want to talk about like the spiritual healer, healing community out there. Maybe if you're watching this, you're part of it. It seems like there's two types of spiritual person. There's the ones who want to be like high vibe all the time. Maybe they're like into the law of attraction. They want to keep their vibe high and positive vibes only and don't bring my vibe down. Like that is one type, and I kind of resonate with them sometimes, except when, I inevitably go into like a lower wave because I'm a human being, and then I find them kind of annoying. And I might be one of those to other people, so I understand. Sorry if I've annoyed you with my highfalutin, high vibe spirituality. And then there's the other type, which I've seen in a lot of 12 step programs, but also just like healing. They love healing, clearing, endless clearing and healing and clearing. Gonna get to the root of the trauma. And those people annoy me too because they're not really living. They're just working on themselves like a project, like a never ending motherfucking project. Stop it. Just stop. You're not going to get to the root. Just live your life. So it's kind of like the bipolar shit I see around like food and diet. It's either like you're kind of like anti diet, which I was for a while, and it's like calling people out for diet culture, fat phobia, or you're just a straight up in diet culture and you're like, don't eat carbs and whatever, like, or you're like a vegan. And like, I find that very bipolar too. How about eating 3 meals a day and being human? And how about when it comes to spirituality, being human? Sometimes you're high vibe, sometimes you're low vibe. Sometimes you need or are experiencing deep healing, but sometimes you don't feel like it. And sometimes you just want to leave yourself alone because you're not a goddamn project. So I guess what I want to say is the midline between constant healing, constant trying to fix yourself and get to the root to get somewhere, and just like almost like the denial of being like in this high vibe. The middle ground is just being yourself, which is what raw dogging reality is all about. It's true that you have somatic memories, you have maybe a frazzled nervous system, but if you just do the next right thing calmly and value calmness and value peace and don't do so many things that fuck your life up and create more drama, you're gonna settle down like orange juice with a lot of pulp in it. Just put it down, the orange juice will settle. That's something Thich Nhat Hanh says. So leave yourself alone. In movement class, I was in acting school. I loved movement class. They would have us stand around, just stand around, and I would be like, and the teacher would be like, leave yourself alone. Then I'd be like, leave yourself alone. Leave yourself alone. Can you leave yourself alone? So my question for us as a community of raw doggers, can we leave ourselves alone a little bit? That doesn't mean I don't need therapeutic help or just any kind of community help. I really like community help. I really like Sangha. 12 steps are great. Therapy's great. But it's just in the flow of your life. It's like, I brush my teeth. I don't expect it to be like the last time I brush my teeth. And now I'm going to have gotten to the root of myself. And I'll be perma happy. Perma undoing suffering. I'm not going to meditate one time and I'm just going to be like, bing, and God's going to be like, you aligned all your chakras. You are now in the kingdom of heaven. It's just meditating. I'm just settling down, calming my nervous system down. I brush my teeth, I meditate, I go to therapy, leave myself alone. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm suffering, sometimes I'm not. I suffer a lot less when I don't create new wreckage and spend a lot of time with dramatic addictions. And I just value leaving myself alone, doing the next right thing, letting go and letting reality be as it is. And, if you're in a lot of pain right now, that might seem overly simplistic. And maybe, people who are going through extreme pain, sometimes something like ayahuasca or like hitting a wiffle ball bat to a bed is necessary. You need an extreme to overcome an extreme. I totally get that. Do you, boo-boo. Go do your plant medicine. Go do your primal scream therapy and your core energetics. That's great. But just know that at some point, you're just going to have to be another bozo on the bus. There's just no getting around the ordinary mindness of life. And that doesn't mean I don't stay pumped up. I was talking about having unreasonable enthusiasm recently. It's like, let's get it. I don't mind getting into a high vibe state. Like, let's get it. But I'm kind of in a high vibe state as like the next right action, because that maybe I'll get juiced up and then it'll make me enjoy my day. But I don't have to keep my vibration high. You got to keep it high. Got to heal something as soon as it comes up. Heal it. Keep it high. Heal it. Keep it high. Keep it. No, life's not that hypervigilant. So let yourself go low. Let yourself go high. You're not a fucking project. Well, obviously I'm talking to myself at this point, but I'm really talking to myself 2 years ago, especially 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm talking to myself all those years where I was just trying to make myself into a project. You win the game. You're here now. Look around you. Your ass is in the chair. You won. Have an experience. Have a life experience. The spirituality of ordinary mind. The spirituality of just being as you are. That's it. So, just something I've noticed. You don't have to be high vibe. You don't have to be in endless healing. Feels good to just be yourself, raw dogging it. I had a nice Belgian non-alcoholic beer today. I do miss the feeling I get off a beer a little bit, but not really, because you always have that depressant effect to come down. I almost watched porn today. I do miss, seeing some naked butt, but it's not really good with the come down, where you're just like, ugh. All right, Tatiana's coming out of the room. You can come. Come on. She can say hi to you. Guest appearing on Raw Dogging Reality is my wife. Come on, come out of the room. All right, see you all next time. Keep it raw.